All right, the last thing we're going to do is insert header and footer information, including page numbers, into our document. And truthfully, I'm not sure where I go for headers and footers. So let's see if it's under View. Do I see headers and footers? I do not. Would it be under Review? No. Mailings? No. That reminds me, we should check our spelling, of course, before we turn our document in. So running spell check is absolutely important. Mailings, references. Probably no. Insert header and footer. Here we go. So I could go into insert header and footer, and there's different choices I have. If I click the drop down here, I could choose different types of headers. It could look like that. It could look like this. I'm going to go with just the blank top header right there. And you'll notice I have header section 1 now, header section 2. Header section 3, and I've got footer section 1, footer section 2, footer section 3, and footer section 1 or footer section 2 says same as previous. So whatever I make footer section 1, footer section 2 is going to be the same as the previous, so it will be that also. And whatever I make, footer section 1, that's what section 2 will be, and when I get to section 3, it's going to be same as previous. Well, that same as previous thing is a bit of a thing that can create some trouble because we don't want page numbers on our first title page, or maybe even on the table of contents, but just on this one here. So I'm going to click down here in the footer. You can see the little flashing insertion point just went down into the footer. And there's this thing here that says link to previous. I don't want it to be linked to previous. I'm going to click that. And now footer section 2 is no longer the same as section 1. I'm going to do that with section 3, right? So now that's fine. Footer section 4 way over here, yeah, I'll keep that same as previous because I want page numbers on that. And then all the way down at the end, I have footer section 6, footer section 5. I don't want page number on this table of contents, so I'm going to take off the link to previous. All right, so now I go to footer section 3, and I'm ready to put in page numbers there. And how do I do that? Well, under design, this design header and footer tools came up. I've got header, I've got footer, I've got page number, and it asks, do you want to add page numbers? I do. And then where do you want to add them? Top of the page, bottom of the page? Do you want it to be on the left, in the center, on the right? I want it to be on the right. Do you want it to have a little accent bar? That looks pretty good. So I'm going to do this one right here. And now I have, you can see page, page, page. And if I scroll in, wrong way, holding down Control and scrolling, right, page 4, page 3, that looks nice. But you'll notice page 3 is actually page 1 of my paper. Page 1 of my paper. So let's play with that for a second, right? So if we look at the table of contents, the introduction in our table of contents, page 3, introduction, page 3. What happens if I change this to start on page 1? And how would I do that? I'm going to zoom in on it, and then I could highlight that 3, and I could right-click it, and I could choose Format Page Numbers. Highlight the 3, right-click it, Format Page Numbers, and start at 1. Start at 1. Bam. Now it starts on 1. Well, let's zoom out, and what happened with our table of contents? Table of contents, let's go out here. So we're going to close header and footer. Go out here, and then we'll click on that, update the table, and update the entire table. And now we've got page 1. So we see introduction starts on page 1. Yeah, that's looking good. Cool. Now let's go back into our header and footer. I could do that just by double clicking on it, and I go back in. We got header section 1, header section 2, same as previous. I don't want that same as previous. And header section 3, header section 2, same as previous. I don't want that one, same as previous. So now I can delete this from section 1. It's not going to impact section 2. Bam, gone. I could delete this from section 2, gone. And now here in section 3, I'm going to write my name, McLeod Todd. All right, and I can even hit Tab and come over here and put Professor Jones. Professor, let me zoom in. Professor Jones, Monday, Wednesday, 4 p.m. That way, if the paper gets lost, Professor Jones will know, oh, this is Todd's paper, and he'll be able to put the pages back in order or whatever. So there's my header and my footer. There's my header and my footer. I could scroll to the very end of my document, and we'll notice on the very end, right, this page here. Oh, I think I need to change that. It's not what I was wanting, right? I've got the header and the footer, or the header up here. No page number, which is what I was wanting, but the header up here, I want to get rid of that. Sorry. Click on that. And now I want to take section 6 here, header section 6, header section 5. Header section 6 is the same as previous. So I'm going to unlink that. And now I can change section 6 without impacting section 5, and then close it. And now my paper is looking awesome. My paper is looking awesome. I've got a title page, I've got table of contents, I got works cited, I've got headers, I've got footers with the page number, I've got pictures in it, I've got different orientation, portrait versus landscape, because I have different sections. I've used styles to automatically create the table of contents. I use that cool way of inserting references. I've learned how to write a paper just by writing transitions between quotes from articles and journals. I found how I could get those article and journal quotes really quickly. A lot of really good stuff about using Microsoft Word. You are now empowered to be an expert user, or a really skilled user in Microsoft Word. I'm going to show you a few more things about Microsoft Word in the next couple of videos just to polish out your skills with using Microsoft Word.